Jun-Ho Kim stared at his screen, not believing what he saw. The radiation pattern was like nothing he had ever seen before. It was coming from the edge of our solar system. "This can't be right," he said, running the scan again. The year was 2157. Humans had built homes on Mars and Europa, but had never met aliens. Jun-Ho was a xenobiologist, a person who studies alien life. Many people thought his job was silly since no aliens had been found. In his small lab near the moon, Jun-Ho checked his data again. The pattern was still there. "Computer, call Captain Park," he said, his heart beating fast. Tahi Park was sleeping when the call came. As captain of Earth's best ship, the New Horizon Asterisk, she was used to calls at odd hours. "What is it, Jun-Ho?" she asked, rubbing her eyes. "Captain, I think something is coming. Something not human." 3 days later, Earth's leaders met in an emergency meeting. Jun-Ho showed them his findings. "The object has changed course twice," he explained. "It's not a rock or a comet. It's a ship." Some people wanted to hide. Others wanted to fight. In the end, they decided to send Captain Park to meet the aliens. The New Horizon Asterisk waited at the edge of Mars' orbit. Tahi stood on the bridge, her hands behind her back. "Ship coming out of light speed," said her pilot. The alien ship was beautiful. It looked like a giant silver leaf, thin at the edges and thick in the middle. It was 3 times bigger than the New Horizon Asterisk. "Open a channel," Tahi ordered. "Send our greeting message." Minutes passed. Then the screen lit up with the face of an alien. It had purple skin, 4 eyes, and no nose. Its mouth was small and round. "Greetings, Earth vessel," the alien said in perfect English. "I am Ambassador Ziv of the Xilari Confederation. We have been monitoring your world." Tahi bowed slightly. "I am Captain Tahi Park of Earth. We welcome you to our solar system." The alien made a sound like quiet laughter. "How interesting. You have achieved space travel despite your limitations." "Limitations?" asked Tahi. "Your fragile bodies. Your high-gravity world." The alien waved a 6-fingered hand. "Most species need thousands more years to leave their planets." Tahi kept her face calm, but inside she felt annoyed. "We are proud of our achievements." "Yes, yes," said Ambassador Ziv. "The Galactic Assembly will find you quite amusing. We invite your representatives to visit. It is time for humans to learn their place in the galaxy." As the transmission ended, Tahi's first officer whispered, "Their place. Who do they think they are?" Tahi watched the alien ship. "I don't know," she said quietly, "but I think they're about to be surprised." 6 months after first contact, a human ship arrived at the Galactic Assembly. The space station was huge, like a giant metal flower floating in space. 5 humans had been chosen to represent Earth. Tahi Park led the team. With her were Jun-Ho Kim, the xenobiologist, Sung Min Cho, the military officer, Haina Lee, the diplomat, and Jae-Jun Baek, the engineer. "Remember," said Hannah as they prepared to dock, "we are here to learn, not to fight." Sung Min frowned. "I don't like how they look down on us." "That's why we're here," Tahi said, "to show them who humans really are." A group of aliens waited for them at the dock. The Xilari Ambassador Ziv was there, along with tall blue aliens with long necks, small green ones with 6 arms, and furry orange creatures with sharp teeth. "Welcome to the assembly," said Ziv. "You have been classified as a Class 3 developing species. You will be given guides to help you adjust." Hannah smiled politely while Sung Min's face turned red with anger. As they walked through the station, the humans noticed something strange. They felt lighter, stronger. "The gravity," whispered Gaijun. "It's much less than Earth's." Jun-Ho nodded. "I think their homeworlds have weaker gravity than ours." They entered a massive room where hundreds of alien species sat in rising circles, like a giant theater. When the humans walked in, a buzz of talk filled the room. They're so dense. Look at their thick bones. How do they move so fast in their gravity? The lead alien, a tall being with golden skin, spoke. Welcome, humans of Earth. We have studied your planet. It is surprising that life could evolve in such harsh conditions. Your gravity is crushing, your weather is extreme, and your world is mostly water. The golden alien continued. Most species in the assembly evolved in gentle environments, with gravity about half of Earth's. Your survival is interesting to us. Suddenly, a small platform rose from the floor. On it were heavy objects. These are standard weights used in training by our strongest species, the Marazi, the golden alien said, pointing to the furry orange creatures. Perhaps in time, with proper training, humans might manage to lift the smallest ones. Some men looked at the weights, then at Tai. She gave a small nod. Without a word, some men walked to the platform. He picked up a medium-sized weight with one hand. The room went completely silent. Is this heavy? He asked innocently. It feels light to me. The Marazi ambassador dropped his data pad in shock. Hannah smiled sweetly at the stunned aliens. Perhaps there's more to learn about humans than you thought. A month passed on the Galactic Assembly Station. The humans were still treated like children by most aliens. They were given simple rooms and basic jobs. Many aliens came to look at them, as if they were animals in a zoo. Some men hated this. Each day, he watched the Marazi warriors train in the station's gym. The orange furry aliens were proud of their strength. They often laughed when humans walked by. I've had enough, some men told Tai one morning. Today, I'm going to train in their gym. Be careful, Tai warned. We need to be good guests. I'll be polite, some men promised. But I won't be weak. When some men entered the gym, the Marazi stopped and stared. Their leader, a large male named Krath, stepped forward. The soft human wants to train, he asked, showing his sharp teeth. You will hurt yourself, little one. Some men smiled. I just want to stay fit. Krath pointed to a heavy bar with weights. Our young cubs start with this. Maybe you can try to lift it someday. Some men walked to the bar. On Earth, this weight would be heavy but normal. Here, in the station's lower gravity, it felt light. He picked it up with one hand and lifted it over his head. The Marazi froze in shock. Is this right? Some men asked. Soon, a crowd gathered. Aliens of all kinds came to watch as some men did exercises that amazed them. News spread through the station. Gaijun heard about the scene and rushed to the gym. When he arrived, he saw some men surrounded by angry Marazi. It's a trick, Krath was saying. No Class 3 species could be so strong. It's not a trick, Gaijun said, stepping forward. Humans evolved on a high-gravity world. We had to be strong to survive. Krath growled. Prove it. Try the champion's weight. No one but me has lifted it. The champion's weight was a massive metal ball. It took 2 Marazi to bring it to Gaijun. I'm not as strong as Sungmin, Gaijun said. I'm just an engineer. But when he tried to lift the ball, it rose easily. The crowd gasped. Gaijun didn't just lift it. He tossed it from hand to hand like a toy. Impossible, shouted Krath. In his lab, Junho was studying human and alien biology. When he heard about the gym incident, he looked at his data again. It's not just our muscles, he told the others later. Humans have special endurance. We can run longer, stay awake longer, and heal faster than most species here. Why? Asked Hana. Because Earth is hard, Junho explained. We had to hunt for days, survive extreme weather, and fight predators. We were born to endure. That night, the assembly leaders held an emergency meeting. The question was simple but troubling. Just how dangerous were these humans? After the gym incident, the Galactic Assembly decided humans needed special teachers. They assigned mentors to each human to help them learn proper space behavior. Hana was given a tall blue alien named Orcs. He was supposed to teach her about galactic politics. Let's start with the basic alliances, Orcs said slowly, as if talking to a child. There are 12 major groups in the Assembly. Do you mean the Trade Coalition, the Defense Pact, the Science Guild, the Cultural Exchange, the Resource Alliance, the Diplomatic Corps, the Medical Network, the Transport Union, the Energy Consortium, the Justice League, the Environmental Trust, and the Technology Sharing Agreement? Hannah asked in one breath. Olix's mouth fell open. How do you know this? Hannah smiled. I read the welcome packet. I have a good memory. But it was 70 pages long, Orcs said, and in 3 different languages. Yes, Hannah replied. It was interesting. Meanwhile, Jun-Ho was given limited access to the xenobiology lab. His mentor, a small green alien named Prill, watched him carefully. Stay away from the advanced research, Prill warned. It's too complex for a Class 3 mind. Jun-Ho nodded politely. But as he studied the basic alien biology texts, he noticed mistakes. In one section about cross-species genetics, he spotted a major error. Excuse me, he said to Prill. This formula isn't right. Of course it is, Prill said. That research is 200 years old. But it's wrong, Jun-Ho insisted. He took a data pad and wrote a new formula. This is how genetic material would mix between oxygen and methane brothers. Prill stared at the formula, then checked it with his computer. His eyes grew wide. This is correct, he whispered. How did you know? In another part of the station, Gaijun was fixing the air system in the human quarters. The air was too thin for humans, and no one would help them adjust it. Gaijun took apart the control panel and rebuilt it. Now the system used less energy, but provided better air. As he finished, a tall silver alien watched him. You improved the efficiency by 30%, the silver being said. It was a simple fix, Gaijun explained. Simple. The alien shook its head. I am Zilx of the Valaxians. We design most technology in this station. What you did should not be possible for a Class 3 species. That evening, the 5 humans met in their quarters. Something strange is happening, Tahi said. All day, aliens have been watching us, taking notes. They're afraid of us, Sungmin said. Not just our strength, Hannah added. They're surprised by our minds too. Jun-Ho nodded. On Earth, we had to be smart to survive. We had to solve problems and adapt quickly. And now they're wondering. Gaijun said quietly, what else can humans do? Outside their room, 3 assembly leaders listened. One turned to the others. We may have made a mistake, he said. These humans aren't just prong. They're dangerous. Alarms woke everyone on the station. Red lights flashed in every hallway. Tahi and her team rushed from their quarters to see aliens running in panic. What's happening? Tahi asked a passing Silari. Attack. Trading post near the station was hit. The alien cried. Life support failing throughout the sector. The main screen in the central hall showed a damaged space station. Smoke poured from its sides. The message said the attack came from an unknown ship. Then the lights on their own station flickered. The temperature began to drop. Power cascade failure, announced a computer voice. Emergency systems activating. But nothing happened. The emergency systems had failed too. Many aliens began to slow down as the temperature fell. Some species couldn't move well in cold. Others began to shut down completely. We need to help, Tahi said to her team. Gaijun, can you fix the power? Gaijun nodded. I'll try. But I need to reach the main engine room. I'll go with you, Tahi said. Sungmin, organize rescue teams, she continued. Hannah, work with the assembly leaders. Jun-Ho, help the aliens who are suffering from the cold. The humans moved quickly while many aliens could barely walk. Humans evolved on a planet with many different temperatures. Cold weather was nothing new to them. Tahi and Gaijun fought their way to the engine room. Inside, they found the Valaxian engineers frozen in place, their silver skin turning blue. They can't function below a certain temperature, Jaijun said. We have to do this ourselves. Jaijun studied the alien machines. The power couplings are frozen. We need to restart them manually. For an hour, they worked in the freezing engine room. Their fingers turned blue, but they kept working. Finally, Jaijun reconnected the last wire. Now, he shouted. Tahi pushed the restart button. The engines hummed to life. Warm air began to flow. In the medical bay, Junho treated aliens suffering from the cold. He used his knowledge of Earth animals that hibernate to help the affected species. Some men led teams of stronger aliens to rescue those trapped in frozen sections of the station. His military training helped him stay calm and organized. Hana worked with the assembly leaders, translating between panicking species and keeping everyone informed. Her diplomatic skills prevented a riot. When the crisis was over, the assembly called an emergency meeting. The 5 humans stood before the alien leaders. The golden-skinned leader spoke first. Today, the humans saved hundreds of lives. While many of us could not function in the cold, they kept working. He looked at the other aliens. Perhaps we have been wrong about humans. They are not just strong. They are not just smart. They are, he paused, searching for the right word, adaptable in ways we never imagined. And we may need them, added another leader, because whoever attacked us may return. 2 days after the crisis, the assembly identified the attackers. They were called the Kryvax, an alien race that breathed methane instead of oxygen. They lived in the cold, dark parts of the galaxy. The assembly leaders called the humans to a private meeting. The golden leader, whose name was Trell, showed them images of the Kryvax ships. The Kryvax believe all oxygen breathers are weak and should be controlled, Troll explained. They have attacked small outposts before, but never so close to the assembly. Why now? Asked Tai. We think it's because of you, said another leader. The Kryvax fear species that develop quickly. They call them unstable variables. Hana looked at the data. How do you plan to fight them? The aliens looked at each other uncomfortably. The assembly has been peaceful for 1,000 years, Troll said. We have forgotten how to fight wars. Some men stepped forward. Humans know about war. It's not something we're proud of, but we understand it. The alien leaders looked shocked. Your species fights itself. We did, some men said, but we also learned to work together. We can help you defend yourselves. Troll hesitated. The Kryvax battle tactics are very logical. They calculate every move perfectly. That's their weakness, some men said. Humans are unpredictable. We don't always do what's logical. While they talked, Hannah searched through assembly records. She found something disturbing. Look at this, she said. In the past 50 years, 3 developing species have disappeared. All of them were growing quickly, like humans. Junho examined the records. These species were all killed by natural disasters. But the pattern is too perfect. The Kryvax have been eliminating threats before they can join the assembly, Tahi realized. And now they're coming for Earth. Some men turned to Troll. Let me train your security forces. We can teach them Earth military tactics. Gaijun added, I can modify your ships. Earth weapons aren't as advanced, but they're designed for combat, not just defense. The alien leaders talked among themselves. Then Troll turned to the humans. For the first time in assembly history, we will give a Class 3 species authority to organize our defense. He looked at each human in turn. You have proven yourselves not just physically strong or intellectually capable, but also experienced in ways we are not. What ways? Asked Hana. Conflict, said Troll sadly. We thought your history of war made humans primitive. Now we see it may save us all. As the humans left the meeting, Tahi looked at her team. The Kryvax think they know what humans are capable of. They're about to learn how wrong they are. Some men nodded. We were born on a world that tried to kill us every day. We survived because we never give up. And now, said Hana, we'll teach the galaxy what that really means. The assembly gave the humans a large room to use as their command center. Maps of the galaxy filled the walls. Information about Kryvax ships and weapons covered every screen. Some men stood before 50 alien security officers from 10 different species. Some were tall and thin, others short and wide. Some had fur, others scales. The Kryvax expect you to follow the old defense patterns, Sung Min told them. We will do something different. He showed them Earth military tactics, how to set traps, how to attack from hiding, and how to retreat only to attack again from another direction. But this is not honorable, said a tall Marazi warrior. This is survival, Sung Min replied. The Kryvax will use your honor against you. In another room, Jaijun worked with alien engineers. He showed them how to modify their defense systems. Your shields are strong, but slow to change, he explained. Earth ships need to change shields quickly to protect different parts of the ship. The engineers were amazed by his ideas. But our computers can't react that fast, one said. Then we'll have living pilots make the decisions, Jaijun answered. Humans can react faster than your computers in some ways. Junho worked in the medical lab. The Kryvax used poison gas in their attacks. Junho developed masks and medicines to protect against it. On Earth, we've dealt with many diseases, he told the alien doctors. We know how to fight things we can't see. Hannah studied Kryvax language and culture. She discovered patterns in how they thought. They believe everything must follow logical rules, she told Tai. They can't understand why anyone would take a big risk. Tahi smiled. Then we'll take risks. It's what humans do best. The assembly gave Tahi command of a small fleet of ships. The Valaxians provided their fastest vessels. The Marazi sent their strongest warriors. Other species contributed what they did best. Tahi trained them to work together. The Kryvax think each species has one strength and many weaknesses, she said. Together, we cover each other's weaknesses. For 2 weeks, they prepared. Then the warning came. Kryvax ships were approaching. They're attacking 3 places at once, reported a sensor officer. This was the moment of truth. The assembly had never faced such a large attack. Many alien leaders were afraid. Tahi stood on the bridge of her command ship. She looked at her crew, a mix of humans and aliens all working together. The Kryvax think they know exactly what will happen, she told them. They've calculated everything based on how assembly ships have always fought. She smiled. But they've never fought alongside humans before. We're going to show them what it means to face a species born on a world that tried to kill us every day, and failed. The aliens cheered. For the first time, they weren't looking down on humans. They were proud to stand with them. Set course to intercept, Tahi ordered. It's time to show the galaxy what humans can really do. The battle began in the dark space near the assembly's central worlds. Tahi's mixed fleet faced 30 Kryvax warships. They're forming a standard attack pattern, said a Valaxian officer, just as they always do. Perfect, Tahi smiled. Spring the trap. Instead of meeting the Kryvax head-on, the assembly ships scattered in different directions. The Kryvax hesitated, confused by this new tactic. They're splitting their forces, Hana reported from her station. They don't know which ships to chase. The small, fast Valaxian ship zoomed around the edges of the Kryvax fleet. They fired quick shots, then disappeared before the Kryvax could respond. Meanwhile, the stronger Marazi ships launched surprise attacks from hiding places among nearby asteroids. On the Kryvax main channel, their commanders sounded angry and confused. This is not logical. This is not how the assembly fights, one shouted. These are human tactics, Hana explained to the alien crew. Unpredictable, flexible, and adaptive. The battle spread across the star system. Just when the Kryvax thought they understood the pattern, the assembly ships would change their approach. Then a group of Kryvax ships broke through. They headed straight for the command ship where Tahi and her team were stationed. "Brace for impact," shouted Tahi. The Kryvax fired. The command ship shook violently. Warning alarms blared. "Life support damage," reported a auxiliary officer. "Temperature dropping. Oxygen levels falling." The alien crew began to panic. Many species couldn't function well in cold, low-oxygen conditions. "Everyone stay calm," ordered Tahi. "Hannah, some men, take over for the officers who can't continue." As the temperature fell below freezing, most aliens had to leave their posts. Soon, only the humans and a few hardy species remained on the bridge. "We can't keep fighting with life support down," said a Marazi officer. "We must abandon ship." "Not yet," said Sungmin. "Humans can function in much worse conditions than this." Despite the cold and thin air, the humans kept working. Their fingers turned blue, their breath came out in white clouds. But they didn't stop. In the engine room, Jaijun worked desperately to restore power. Normal repair procedures weren't working. The Kryvax had planned for this. "We need to try something they won't expect," Jaijun told his team. Something no logical species would do. He took power from the weapons system and routed it to life support, leaving the ship defenseless but habitable. "This is madness," said a Valaxian engineer. "Now we can't fight." "We don't need to fight," Jaijun explained. "We just need to look like we're dead." When the Kryvax ships approached to finish off the command vessel, they found it dark and silent. They moved closer to confirm the kill. That's when Tahi ordered all power restored. The ship blazed to life. Weapons fired at point-blank range. 2 Kryvax ships exploded instantly. The others tried to retreat, but it was too late. They had fallen into a trap no logical mind could have anticipated. "Signal the fleet," Tahi ordered. "Execute final attack plan." Across the battlefield, assembly ships stopped retreating and attacked together. The Kryvax, their formations broken and their calculations useless, began to withdraw. "They're running," some men said in disbelief. "We won." 6 months after the battle with the Kryvax, the Galactic Assembly held a special ceremony. The 5 humans stood in the center of the Great Hall. Thousands of aliens from hundreds of worlds watched. Troll, the golden-skinned leader, stepped forward. His voice carried through the hall. "Today, we welcome Earth as a full member of the Galactic Assembly," he announced. "No longer will humans be called a Class 3 species." The crowd cheered. Many aliens who once looked down on humans now looked up to them. "We have created a new classification," Troll continued. "Humans will be the first adaptive, resilient species in our records." Tahi accepted a small crystal that symbolized Earth's new status. She looked at her team with pride. Much had changed since they first arrived. Junho now led an interspecies medical program. Scientists from 20 worlds worked with him to share knowledge about different biologies. "Earth diseases taught us to adapt and heal quickly," Junho told a group of alien doctors. "Now we can share these healing methods with the galaxy." Gaijun worked with Valaxian engineers to improve technology across the assembly. His simple but effective ideas changed how ships and stations were built. Human innovation combined with Valaxian materials creates better results than either could achieve alone, Jaijun explained at the Technology Center. Some men trained security forces from many worlds. His new academy taught species to work together, using each one's natural strengths. "The Marazi are strong, the Valaxians are fast, and the Exilari can see in the dark," he told his students. "Together, you are unbeatable." Hannah became the first human on the Assembly's Diplomatic Council. Many species now asked for her help in resolving conflicts. "Humans understand both cooperation and competition," she said during a meeting. "We know that different does not mean better or worse, just different." As the ceremony ended, Tahi, now an admiral in the combined fleet, spoke to the assembly. "When we first came here, you thought humans were weak because our world is harsh," she said. "Now you understand that difficult worlds create strong people." She looked around the hall. Earth tried to kill us with storms, predators, diseases, and changing climates. But we didn't just survive. We thrived. The aliens listened with new respect. Humans stand tall not despite Earth's challenges, but because of them, Tahi continued. And now we stand with you as equals, ready to face whatever comes next. That evening, the 5 humans watched from a window as ships from 50 worlds practiced new formation flying. Human pilots flew alongside aliens, teaching them Earth techniques. "Look at that," said Hana. "6 months ago, they thought we were primitive." Junho smiled. Now they're studying Earth's history, trying to understand how we became who we are. "Do you think they'll ever truly understand humans?" asked Gaijun. Tahi watched as the ships moved in perfect harmony, aliens and humans working together. "Maybe not completely," she said, "but that's okay. The most important thing is that we understand each other enough to stand together. And stand tall," added Sungmin with a smile. The end.